The humidity both outside and inside the past few days here have been pretty uncomfortable and have not done the best thing for my mane, let's just say that. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you all are doing amazing. I know that I said that I was going to try to react to the first episode of season 5B, but this has been such an incredibly busy week for my family and for myself because I, in this week, have moved back into college and I've started my new year at college. So because of that, I feel like the moment has kind of passed at this point, but no matter, because I have decided to react to the second episode of season 5B, Citizen Lodge. But before that, really quick, I do want to share some of my thoughts about that first episode because oh my gosh. Now, just for anybody who's clicked on this video randomly and is new to this channel, I just have to say right now, just so you kind of know what I'm about, that I really hate Riverdale. It's fine if you like it, but as somebody who grew up reading the Archie comics, it is just not possible for me to like or respect a show that betrays its source material so badly and does not do justice to any of the characters and that is so incredibly problematic. But again, if you like it, maybe this isn't the video or the channel for you. I'm just telling you that right now. Just a warning. The premiere was definitely interesting.
Jason was a sacrifice.
Weird.
Drop in like Batman with the element of surprise.
Cringy.
Doors locked.
And had just the most amazing acting that I have ever seen on television.
What the hell just happened? Who exactly is he, Mumsy?
That last one was sarcasm, by the way, if you couldn't tell. No, but really, just a couple of thoughts that I had watching the episode. When those two criminals came back that sabotaged or ransacked the Thanksgiving at the homeless shelter in, I think it was season 4. The first thing I thought, I kid you not, was I kind of forgot if they were married or mother and son or brother and sister. Like, I really couldn't tell, and I always forget. Every single time they ever come on the show, I always forget their relationship. Like, I always like think, oh yeah, it's that married couple, but then I'm like, oh, wait, but never mind, I'm pretty sure she's his mom. Or maybe she's his sister. I don't know. I thought it was funny that Veronica, like the entire episode, cared more about the opal or the gem that she was protecting more than like any human life, which goes to show just what kind of person she is. I just hate her guts. Oh my gosh. Like, they literally had her dad, Sheriff Keller, and Mr. Dooley tied up, like ready to shoot them, and Veronica's like, wait, do you have a gemstone with you? I want that. You know who I thought was hilarious was Jessica. She is a little sketch, but honestly, she's hilarious. Just looking for the manuscript and being like, oh yeah, well you guys, you know, you might not know things that I know and we should go back to the bunkers just in case. Real subtle there, Jess. Honestly, when they were all sitting in the booth at Pop's, bad-mouthing Jughead and how badly he treated all of them, I kind of wanted it to turn into like a woman supporting women thing, where they all like clink glasses and like be like, we all dated the same pig, but now we're best friends. Like in The Other Woman. I think that would have been kind of a cool thing with those three. But no, I just hope that nobody gets back with Jughead. I loved the veggie moments. They were kind of few and far between, but I loved seeing Veronica and Reggie together. I love them together so much. Archie was beating up people as per usual. Jughead is off to New York, which I'm kind of looking forward to see how that all pans out. And you know we have to talk about Cheryl and Penelope's ministry. When they started singing at the end, I honestly feel bad. I feel bad for the actresses that play them. First of all, Penelope is a criminal murderer mastermind. And she's just about the last person in the world who I would think should be setting up a ministry. And I know that her setting up the ministry is for ironic reasons. I get that, and I know that like it's not like for God or Jesus, it's for Jason. Which again, Cheryl is getting roped into now. So honestly, at the end of all this, I hope that they both end up in prison. But when they started singing, my jaw was on the ground. And I was laughing so hard I had to replay it. And then Betty and Tabitha started singing too during their trip, and they were like dancing. And like it wasn't just a short little blurb either. It was like a full thing. It was like lasted like had to be like at least 3 or 4 minutes. And like the music was still going, and then like it like cuts to Cheryl and she's like still singing. Overall, I would say it was a hilarious episode. Really right up there with Killing Mr. Honey as the prime example of why this show, I look at it as a comedy, because honestly, it is the dumbest, most hilariously bad thing ever. I think that's all I wanted to say about last episode. So with that said, let's get on into the next episode of season 5B, Citizen Lodge. And even just by the title, it makes me nervous, because I know that practically all of the Riverdale episode titles are based on movies. They're like a play on words of the title of a movie, and this one is obviously Citizen Kane. And I didn't think that a show as awful and as low quality as Riverdale would ever go near Citizen Kane. Of course they would. What am I talking about, Lucy? Like, they go near so many amazing, iconic things that do not deserve it. They don't deserve to be any part of this terrible show. So I'm just gonna say right out the gate that if they try to base Hiram's life around Charles Foster Kane's life in that movie, or if they heavily reference Citizen Kane in any way, I am not gonna be happy about it. So without further ado, let's take a look at Citizen Lodge.
Michael Corleone, Tony Soprano, Scarface, all ruthless gangsters, all heroes of their own story. And every hero...
The mob! Again. If they are gonna try to reference any kind of Scorsese or The Godfather or anything in this show, I'm going to be mad.
Even though he's been Riverdale's chief tormentor for some 10 years now, shockingly little is known about him. How he came to be. And why he's obsessed with destroying our poor town.
Yeah, but tell us.
It is his rosebud, as it were.
Nope. Not Rosebud. Didn't just say that.
That's my father's dead too. All of it.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to keep working for you, but I want real advancement. You know, I'm good with numbers, and I have ideas. Some big ideas.
Reggie! It's so difficult to see him like this, because he's honestly one of my favorite characters from the comics, and he was so not done justice in this show, probably more so than anybody else. And again, I made a whole other video about that, so please watch that, because I talk out really way more passionately about it there. But yes, Reggie, I'm so sorry.
Sam, you're not gonna cheap out on your son.
Excuse me? Let's go shopping. Let me ask you, Mr. McFarland.
Was that Joel McHale? Oh wait, no, never mind, it's not.
This is the car your son will pick up his prom date in. The car he'll take with him to college. The car he'll get later.
We'll take it. Right, Dad?
I can't believe you said that.
I was gonna close that deal.
You so were not. You so were not gonna close that deal, Mr. Mantle, with all due respect.
That gangster pulled your ass out of the fire. And I'm still gonna work for him.
Why? Reggie, what about our dream about being partners? Full partners.
That's your dream, Dad.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of a Cinderella story. Austin, you're throwing away your dream! No, Dad. I'm throwing away yours.
My future is with Hiram.
He says, my future is with Hiram. And then he goes like... Oh, Reggie. Just the one thing. I don't think you should maybe marry your ex's dad.
Can't even look at you. I'm so ashamed. Man, nothing I ever do is good enough for you, is it?
I mean, you're working for a mobster. So...
Hiram has done more with his life than you ever will. And as far as I know, he never laid a finger on his wife or daughter.
Okay, but look what else he did. That doesn't make any sense! Okay, yes. In hindsight, it is wrong of Mr. Mantle to have hit Reggie. But Hiram has literally murdered people. Yeah, he didn't hit Hermione or Veronica as far as we know, but he has murdered people, he's framed people for murder,
I don't have a father anymore.
That's a rather bold statement.
I mean it.
Of that, I have no doubt. It actually reminds me of my own relationship with my father.
Why is
Where
this
is he now?
so funny?
Hold on.
Dude, I just have to say, Mark's son, this show does a lot of things wrong. It does. But casting Mark's son as Hiram definitely is not one of them. Man, he is the spitting image.
I got something better than cash.
Better than Kiash.
That, my friend, is palladium. It's a precious metal worth more than gold. An old buddy of mine told me that there are whole unmined veins of palladium upstate in a small Rockland County town called Riverdale. Riverdale.
It was all this guy's fault. It was all this guy's fault. He is the reason why Hiram went to Riverdale, came back to Riverdale, has been dead set on destroying Riverdale since day one. It's this guy's fault. Wow. If only he didn't come to Hiram's dad for that shoe shine or whatever the heck he was coming for.
Huh?
He looks so happy.
My mom got a job waiting tables at Pop's.
You've got to be kidding me. This happened to be at the exact same time of the Breakfast Club, the Midnight Club, I think was what it's called. It must have been, because why else would these four people be sitting together?
Listen, if you're ever looking for a little extra work, you come see me at Cucina's Casa. I might have something for you.
Your stereotypical Italian mobster.
You can ask me out every day, Jaime, but my answer will always be the same. No.
Proceeds to get married and have a child together and not get divorced even when he cheats and gets arrested.
My mother sort of forbids it.
With all due respect, your mom cleans toilets and changes bed sheets at the Five Seasons. What's the difference?
Again, I feel like I say this in almost every one of these videos, but I just don't love the racial stereotypes. Like that Hermione's mom is a cleaning lady and that the Lodges are gangsters or mobsters or whatever you want to call them.
But for what it's worth, I do think you're cute.
I'm cute!
I'd like to work for you, sir.
Why is that?
Because you have two things I don't. Money and respect.
It's not respect, kid. It's fear. It's a big difference.
Then I want to be feared too.
I'm Vittorio Alto. My friends call me Vito. Your pop know you came to see me?
Vito, are you kidding me? I'm surprised it's not like Vinny or Fat Tony or something.
I got a delivery for you, mate. Think you can handle it?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Do you think or do you know?
What do you want? I have a delivery from Vito Alto. Good.
His last name is Alto? They're the altos like the Sopranos. Why is this so lame?
The guy I made the delivery to made some comments that didn't sit well with me about my background. You know, where I come from.
Join me.
Join me, Hiram. Join me in the altos.
Everybody knows Louis a clown. You don't take that personally.
Louis?
I try not to, but sometimes it makes me really angry.
He's really angry. Really angry. He's in a rage.
With money, also came confidence.
I'm surprised they didn't play Stayin' Alive during this. If they referenced The Sopranos, Citizen Kane, Lord knows what else. Why not throw Saturday Night Fever in there too?
Didn't realize there was so much money in the shoe shine business.
Well, there isn't. But that doesn't stop my dad from working like a dog, day in and day out to provide for my mom and me.
My mother sacrificed so much. I wish there was a way to repay her.
Exactly. It's part of the reason I got this other job.
Oh yeah? Where? Doing what?
Making deliveries for Vittorio Alto.
You mean Vito, the gangster?
She's like, Vito? The gangster? That's hot.
What can I get you two?
Pop!
And a chocolate shake. 2 straws.
Smooth.
Are you Jaime Luna? Yeah. Well, what's the problem? You're under arrest. Trafficking in Class 2 narcotic. You have the right to remain silent. When you say it can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Now he's like, sweet, now she watched me get arrested, I'm in for sure!
Just give us the name of your supplier. You can walk out of here and get back to your date at the diner.
Just say Fat Tony, Fat Tony!
You brought shame to this family. Well, and it's a good thing I'm not a Luna anymore, Dad. Because I don't want to be like you, spending my days shining the shoes of men who look down on me. You can lecture me all you want about shame. But you can't buy Mom a dishwasher or new shoes for yourself. It's embarrassing. Being your son is embarrassing.
Mark Consuelo's son just outacted at least half the Riverdale cast right there. Yeah. Gosh sakes, from where that was going, I thought that they were gonna run him over, but no!
Javier seemed like a warm and caring man.
Thank you for coming, Mrs. Gomez. He was a good man, even for a lowly shoe shiner.
Such a tragedy. I suppose, but you know what they say about playing with fire. What are you getting at, Penelope? Your boyfriend is a gangster.
And Hermione already knows that. Also, why are Alice and Penelope even at Javier's funeral? It's not like they knew him at all, probably. It's not like they were even friends with or close to Hiram. Like, for example, if one of my classmates' father happens to tragically die, I mean, I would definitely feel bad, but I wouldn't go to the father's funeral if I didn't know the father, or at least the student. Yeah, you know? Why are they even there? Especially if they're just gonna make insensitive comments like that.
I mean, what did Jaime think would happen when he started working with criminals? His name is Hiram. And as for what he thought would happen, he thought he'd be able to make a better life for his family. Because family is more important to him than anything. Can either of you two skanks say the same?
Again, why are they there? No.
Hey.
It's the Alto.
Mrs. Luna, I want to come in person, pay my respects. Your husband, he was a good man.
I feel like his accent is like fading throughout this episode. I feel like it was a lot thicker at the beginning of the episode. Was that to convey to the audience that he was in fact a New York Italian mobster? I don't know.
No disrespect to the dead, but now at least you can become the man that you were always destined to be. I want you to focus on your mother, okay? Whatever she needs, whatever you need, you come see me.
The lighting in this show.
Capiche?
Thanks, Vito.
The lighting in this show just never gets any better. It is the worst. I feel like I have to squint.
But I beg you, please be done with this nasty business.
Te lo prometto, Mama. Promise you I will.
He's not gonna be.
If you don't have my father killed.
Hiram's first murders, y'all. Who'da thunk? It's the Altos.
From that day forward, I was Riverdale's new boss. I was the biggest fish in a somewhat small pond.
It's time, Myra, to leave all this behind and keep your promise. Not only for us.
I love how they like tried to make them all like them both look younger, but they still look way, way, way too old to have gotten married right out of high school. Honestly, what they should have done is they should have made Camila and Mark Consuelos' son, I'm so sorry, I don't know his name, they should have made them just look a little older, because they are closer to the age, I feel like.
For your little girl.
She's gonna grow up to be the most annoying human on the planet.
That's one hell of a saga, Mr. Watch. But what brought you back to Riverdale?
Yeah.
Turns out that my father was correct about the Palladium. He was simply looking in the wrong place. I built a prison over that vein, so that behind the walls I could do whatever I wanted and nobody could see. As a smokescreen.
So you're telling me Hermione and Veronica moving to Riverdale back in season 1, Hiram framing Archie for murder, trying to destroy literally the entire town with just a countless amount of pointless crimes, was all to build this prison to look for the Palladium? I find that hard to believe, I'm sorry.
So I need to get to the one that I found under the Blossom Maple Groves. If I fail, all my efforts in Riverdale, all my gains, all my losses will be for nothing. I will finish what my father began.
Bullcrap.
I'd like to visit an old friend in a nursing home.
Mind if I ask who?
Not at all. Vittorio Alto. The man who murdered my father. Hello, Vito.
Vito.
It's me, Hiram Lodge. Son of Javier Luna.
Well, I made deliveries for you the last couple weeks when you were a gangster in Riverdale, and then you killed my dad, and I immediately stepped right into your shoes. Not ringing a bell? It's okay.
It's taken me years to find you. But my luck finally turned. You remember when we first met? You tell me, Vito, at this very moment,
How much you love me? Because I love you. Sorry.
you afraid of me?
Oh, the classic pillow in the face.
Sin amigos a la muerte. Adios, Vito. Reggie, I want to thank you for your help and your discretion tonight.
Is he in the back? Is he sitting in the back? Is he sitting in the back like Reggie is his chauffeur? Probably accurate, to be honest with you.
But I won't be needing you any longer. If I could go back, spend a few more years shining shoes with my dad, man, I'd do that in a heartbeat. But your debt is paid. I'm giving you an out, Reggie. Do not insult me, and accept it.
Please, Reggie, please, 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 please. again, please.
I cannot believe Dorinda. When I told her I was coming back to Riverdale to visit you, and she referred to it as my ex-husband's crime-infested hellhole. Which is accurate, but it still makes you want to strangle her.
He's watching the Housewives show. Cute.
How's your father? Have you seen him? Oh, you know, only when he wants to cause trouble. Which is always. You know what his problem is? What? He's never satisfied by what he has. Never. He will never be happy.
He will never be satisfied. He will never be satisfied. I'm so sorry, I'm not a singer. Please don't hold that against me.
He should have retired when he had the chance. 7 years ago, remember? Mm-hmm. Please, he would sooner die. Was he ever even really sick?
Probably not, dude. He's probably faking the whole time.
I don't know how you found Vito, but your grandfather has been avenged.
A bullet to the head. I saw it when I went to do cleanup.
Did you find any security cameras?
Yes, but they've all been wiped clean.
Good. Very good. I've sacrificed so much to get this far, I can't stumble now. I'll get back everything else I've lost too.
I always think, every single season pretty much, that there's gonna be a redemption arc for Hiram. But this time it feels different? Probably because he got an entire flashback episode. Like, are they ever going to redeem Hiram, ever? I don't know. Frankly, I don't think he deserves it, given everything. He is a horrible, horrible human being, but it was an interesting episode for sure. Because I feel like I've expressed this before, but Hiram was just never interesting at all to me because he never had any kind of motive for doing the things that he did. And, you know, obviously, for a villain to be interesting, in my opinion, I feel like you have to understand why they're doing what they're doing at least a little bit. After watching this episode, I understand him a little bit better, but it certainly doesn't excuse the things that he did at all. And at the same time, I don't understand still. Because if the whole point was to find the palladium, but if the whole point was to come back to find that, then why do all the other awful things that you've done besides your prison? But again, I feel like no other show is as notorious for making stuff up as it goes along as this show is. You know what I mean? It's like 1 minute something's happening and then the next it's like, okay, well this is like why, like and just the continuity is really, really bad. I feel like these writers do not do their homework at all when looking back to previous episodes, and when they do try to reference a previous episode, it's like really like right out of the blue, like with Doc last episode. I guarantee you, like, nobody actually took that story to heart that much, and even if they did, it's just such a random thing to happen at such an obscure part in the show. Like, it's just such a strange reference to make. Even with that lady and her son coming back to wreak the havoc that they did, it's just such a strange thing to just pull out of thin air. Whereas this episode would have actually benefited from the writers looking back on previous episodes and pulling out some motives or parts of Hiram's life, you know, that could have been referenced in this episode. But then again, it is Riverdale, and I do believe that it is one of the most awfully executed shows to ever exist, and I guess with that comes awfully executed continuity. I should not even be surprised. I like that they delved a little bit more into Reggie's character as well. Been waiting for that for a while. He's still nothing like his comic counterpart, which really irritates me to no end. But at least they're trying. Because right out the gate, I just hated that they turned one of the comic's main characters into not much above an extra in season 1, really. So the fact that they're trying to make him more sympathetic and in the main cast, I guess that's good. The episode overall still had some very cringy moments, but it was like nowhere near as cringy as the premiere of season 5. Again, I really wish that I would react to that one because I feel like it would have been a time and a half. I'm looking forward to see how that whole church thing plays out, especially. It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't even believe it. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. And if Betty and Archie are confirmed not together, not endgame, as they say, frankly, I don't really care about anything else. Except maybe Veronica and Reggie. But anyway, thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you like this video, please do not forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos from me. And I hope that you all have a wonderful, amazing day. See you next time, guys.